श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So we saw the first paragraph in 172. So this is the second paragraph. Ipadi ananya prayojanana vibhishana alvanuku. I think this we have already seen this page. So we have to see the Periya Thirumazhi, Perumal Thirumazhi 5:9. Vibhishana alvan did not refuse to take the kingdom from Rama. Why? The question is answered now. நின்னையே தான் வேண்டி நீள் செல்வம் வேண்டாதான் தன்னையே தான் வேண்டும் செல்வம் போல் மாயத்தால் மின்னையே சேர்தி கிரி விற்றுவ கோட்டம்மானே நின்னையே தான் வேண்டி நிற்பன் அடியேனே.
மின்னையே சேர்த்திகிரி மிக்க ஒளியையே கொண்டுள்ள சக்கராயுதத்தினருடைய வித்துவ கோட்டம்மா நின்னையே வேண்டி உன்னையே விரும்பி நீள் செல்வம் வேண்டாதான் தன்னையே மிக்க சம்பத்தை விரும்பாதவனையே தான் வேண்டும் தானாகவே வந்து சேர விரும்புகிற செல்வம் போல் அந்த ஐஸ்வர்யம் போல மாயத்தால் உன் மாயையினால் நீ என்னை உபேட்சித்தாயாகிலும் அடியேன் உனது அடியவனான நின்னையே வேண்டி நிற்பன் உன்னையே அடைய விரும்பி நிற்பன்.
O Lord of Vittu-Kodu, wielding the radiant discus, just as the wealth renounced by me in my search for you keeps coming back to me, I keep returning to serve you alone.
Even when frequently the wealth returns to the former owner, rather, of course, Vibhishana Alvan was part and parcel of Sri Lanka kingdom. And therefore, after his elder brother, he has the right heirship to the kingdom's riches. And therefore, the attitude of Vibhishana Alvan here is to be noted, namely that he spurns it again and again, as Alvar said, as Kulashekar Alvar said, Perumal Thirumazhi, that is Kulashekar Alvar. And the Kshetra belongs to Kerala, Vittuva Kottamman. So he has the wheel discus in his hand. And Alvar says, I want to serve you. I don't want to take any money. இப்படி சரணாகதன் பாசுரத்திலே ஈடுபட்ட பெருமாளுக்கு பிறந்த இரக்கத்தையும் அதடியாக அருளி செய்த பிரகாரத்தையும் சொல்லுகிறான். So here Valmiki is the subject of the sentence. So Valmiki சொல்லுகிறான். Valmiki says, Valmiki Bhagavan says, so all the words of Vibhishana Alvan have become Divya Prabandham, like the 4,000 Tamil outpourings of the 12 apostles of the Sri Vaishnava philosophy. Namely, here especially, Perumal Thirumazhi Pasuram has become equal, or Vibhishana Alvan's words have become equal to Perumal Thirumazhi Pasuram. So, Sharanagatan Pasurathile, the surrenderer's song, the surrenderer's words, Idbatta, Lord Rama was involved deeply in the words of Vibhishnarvan, and therefore he took pity on him, Piranda Erakkathayum, because he listened very carefully to the words of Vibhishnarvan, equal almost like the Alvar's devotion in Divya Prabandha. He became very much pitiful, highly compassionate. Then Adadiyagi Arulicheda Prakaratim Sulhuram. Now Lord Rama talks to Vibhishnarvan. So what did he say? And how did he bless Vibhishnarvan with words? So Tasya meaning his, namely Vibhishnarvan's, Tasya Ityadiyal, Tasya Ananya Sharananai. So Vibhishnarvan did not go to any other person for shelter. Ananya Sharananai. So nobody else other than Lord Rama was his shelter. Ananya Prayojanananuடைய. So he was also not aspiring for any other purpose except service to Rama. Ananya Prayojanan. He did not expect any advantage over his Sharanagati, surrender, total surrender to Sri Rama. He wanted to only serve the divine feet of Rama. Therefore, Ananya Prayojanan. Tad Vachanam. So, how are these words? We already saw in the page first line that the words of Vibhishnarvan are equal to Perumal Tirumazhi. So, Akinchanya Ananyagatitva Puraskaramah. So, his words revealed his helplessness. Akinchanya. Ananyagatitva. The words of Vibhishnarvan showed also that there is no other refuge, there is no other goal. Ananya Gatitva. Puraskaramaha. Puraskaramaha meaning Puraskara can in Hindi can mean award, and in Sanskrit means preceded by. The words came out of the mouth of Vibhishnarvan with these two attitudes, namely helplessness and shelter. Any other shelter, shelterless from any other source. Shelterlessness from any other source. Then again, the second meaning of this of the words of Vibhishnarvan is what we already saw, namely Dvayartha Paramana Vachanattai. Especially the second part of the Dvaya mantra. Of course, Sriman Narayana Charano Sharanam Prapadye is the first action of Vibhishnarvan by surrendering to the Lord, by saying Raghavaya Mahatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Raghavam Sharanangataha. So all these words correspond to the first part of the what we call Purva Khandam of the Dvaya mantra. Now Uttara Khandam also is done by these words Parityakta Mayalanka Mitrani cha Dhanani cha Bhavadgatam me Rajyam Jivitancha, and so on. So now Lord Rama talks to him. Ramo Vachanam Abravit. Ramaha, Lord Rama, Vachanam, words, Abravit said the words. Disharam na abhisandhatte, disthapeti nashritan, dirdadati na charchibyo, Ramo dirnabhibhashate. என்று கவி பாடினால் இது பரமார்த்தமாய் இருக்கும்படி குணாதிசயமுடைய பெருமாள். So these words of Rama were written by Valmiki in Valmiki Ramayana, while he addressed Kaikeyi, Ramo Dirnabi Bhashate. Of course, this is repeated in the case of Vibhishnarvan's context of surrender. I shall read it again. This sharam na abhisandhatte, this thapayati nashrita, dvirdadati na chattibhyo, ramodvirnabhivashate. என்று கவி பாடினால், since Valmiki sang it, இது பரமார்த்தமா இருக்கும்படி, then we can understand the deepest meaning, rather most blissful meaning, the final goal, about the final goal, Gunatishyamude Perumal. Lord Rama is called Perumal everywhere in this commentary, that he is not an ordinary human being as he wanted to be. It was not an light incarnation. It was always Almighty. So Gunatishayam. Therefore, you understand that he is wonderful in quality. Gunatishayam. We are surprised to see his quality. So, had it been Rama as a human being, we would not have understood. But because Valmiki's characterization of Rama as the best person, we can understand him as God himself. Now, let us understand what is the meaning in full of Dvisharam Nabhisandatte. So, Raman, ஒரு தடவை குறி தவறிற்றென்று இரண்டாம் முறை அம்பை பூட்டுவதில்லை. தன்னை அண்டினவர்களை இரண்டு தடவை ரட்சிப்பதும் இல்லை. யாச்சகர்களுக்கு ஒரு தடவை கொடுத்தது போதாதென்று இரண்டு தடவை கொடுப்பதும் இல்லை. ராமன் இரண்டு வார்த்தை பேசுவதும் இல்லை. So Sharam is arrow, Banaha. Drisharam, Banadvayam, two arrows. Na abhisandhatte. He does not fix more than one arrow on the bow. Abhisandhatte. Dhatte meaning fixes. Da is the dhatu, fixes. Sandhatte means fixes strongly. Abhisandhatte means so that the arrow will attack all around. So na abhisandhatte means does not fix the sharam arrow twice. This sharam na abhisandhatte. So again, this tapayati na ashrita. Ashritan, the surrenderers. It is in the accusative case, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Irandam Vetrami. So Ashritan na this tapayati. He does not protect twice the surrenderers. That means within one time, once is enough for him to protect all the surrenderers all round. So he need not, there is no necessity for Rama to protect the surrenderer again, because he is completely protected, fully protected for future also. So Dvihi Sthapeti na ashrita. Again, negative statement. Rama does not protect the surrenderers second time because there is no need for them to get the protection. Dvirdadati na cha arthibhya. Cha again, and so na arthibhya, not to the supplicants. That is yachakaha, we say in Sanskrit. In Tamil also it is given as yachakar. So those who beg, so beggars, alms seekers, or of course say help seekers. You can simply say help seekers. Arthibhya, those who want something from Rama, Rama does not give twice, two times. Why? Because the first time itself is enough, sufficient to hold them good for the entire future. Now this is, I remember the Mahabharata incident here where Karna says this. Karna says to Indra. Indra came in the form of a Brahmin and he begged. He begged both the ear studs, Karna Kundalam, and Kavacham, the armor on the chest. Surya Bhagavan the sun god, being the father of Karna, warned him earlier that one who has come at the door entrance is none other than my friend Indra. So Indra has come to protect his own son Arjuna, and therefore he will ask for something and don't give. So the warning was given by sun god to Karna. Karna said to sun god, I cannot refuse anything, any gift, or anything that is demanded, asked by the seeker. I cannot refuse. So in that way, so he was steadfast in his donating attitude. He was very generous, broad-minded. That is why he is remembered among the all characters of Mahabharata, whether they are good or bad. Karna is held in high esteem. When you say Mahabharata, only Karna comes to our mind, not Bhishma, Drona, and other acharyas, not even Arjuna, not even Krishna, Lord Krishna and so on. Because Karna was a donor. So in Sanskrit, they say among lakhs of people, one donor is very, very difficult to find. Shateshu jayate shuraha, sagasreshu cha panditaha, vakta dashasagasreshu, data bhavati va nava. A donor may not be found among lakhs of people, whereas one can find a hero in 100 people. Shateshu, in hundreds of people, in some hundreds of people, you can find a hero, a brave man. Shateshu jayate shuraha. Sagasreshu cha panditaha. In thousands of people, you can find a scholar. Sagasreshu cha panditaha. Vakta dasasagasreshu. You can find an orator, good orator, among 10,000s of people. Whereas data bhavati va nava. There can be maybe a donor or may not be available. So in the same way, so he says, Ramaha dir nabi bhashate. I won't talk in two ways. I will not change my mind every now and then. Once I speak, that is final. Once I fix an arrow, only one arrow, that is final. In Telugu and Tamil, we say Oka Bana in Telugu, and whereas we say Oru will, we say in Tamil. Oru will, we refer to the bow. Oru will. Oka Bana in Telugu. Oka Patni, one wife. We say in Tamil Oru il. Only one wife. And Oru sol, we say Tamil. So only one word. So Oka Mata, we say in Telugu. Oka Bana, Oka Patni, Oka Mata. So only one word. So he will not mince matters. He will not speak differently. So that's what we saw here. So now we understand. Now I think 4. What is the point in 4? Vaktavyam. Vaktavyam. Point number 4. I think it will be in the next page. It will be in the next page. So Sri Vibhishanarvan, Karyate Patra ini oru Vaktavyam illamayale. Yes, here the 4 is missing near the word Vaktavyam. So Vibhishanarvan Karyate Patra. So in order to favor Vibhishana, in order to understand Vibhishana's purpose of arrival here, so ini oru Vaktavyam illamayale. The next moment, there was no necessity for Rama to talk further. So Vaktavyam, that which is to be spoken, no, illamayale, tammude avatara prayojanamana, What is the purpose of his incarnation as Rama? Dushkrita Vinashaha. Dushkrit Vinashatirku Upayuktamaha. Now, soon after the conversation, dialogue between Vibhishana, Alvan and Lord Rama, he comes to brass tacks, business. What is the business? Felling the demons, killing the demons. Dushkrita Vinasham. Dushkrit Vinasha. Dushkritam. Vinashaya Dushkritam. Paritranaya Sadhunam. Vinashaya Cha Dushkritam. Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. Krishnavataras shloka is now taken by here. So, Avatara Prayojanam. The purpose of his incarnation is to wipe out all the evils from the earth. So, Dushkrit Vinashat. Again, we have to remind ourselves that he is not ready to kill the enemies. He wanted to remove the enmity in the minds of enemies so that they will become friends. If possible, Lord will attempt to only remove the bad quality in the minds of or hearts of the opponents or demons or whatever it is. So here, now immediately he comes to ask Vibhishana, Akyahi, please tell me, Mama, to me, Tattvena, truthfully, Rakshasanam, of the demons, Bala Abalam, strength and weaknesses. So, என்று ராட்சச விருத்தாந்தத்தை கேட்டருளினார். Thus Rama asked Vibhishana to know the history or background of these demons, especially Ravana. Vachasa Santvai Trainam. நீர் இதற்கு முன்புப்பட்ட சிறுமையெல்லாம் நமக்காக வந்தோம். So Rama consoles Vibhishana. Santvaitva. So he appeases the grief of Vibhishana. Santvaitva, Yenam, this Vibhishanam, this Vibhishana, Vachasa by words. So what did he say? What did he mean by his words? He said, Vibhishana faced a lot of trouble, came across the insults, confronted the enmity of his own elder brother, all because of Lord Rama. So he says, Oh Vibhishana, you suffered because of me. It is my Leela, you can say. It is my game that unfortunately you are the victim of the wrath of Ravana, insult by Indrajit, and so on. So whatever what you call hurting of the sentiments experienced by you, it is all because of me. See, that is the greatness of the Lord. Lord Rama says, he takes the blame on himself. He wants to take the blame on himself that a devotee's suffering is because of Lord. So, idallam erkanave kolapperade saparadharana namandro pattom. So, without extending protection earlier to Vibhishana, one, this thought has not come to me earlier. Vibhishana, anyway, Kolapade, having Saparadharana Namandro, because I am guilty now, Pattom. See, Ravana abducted Sita. The reason is, he says Rama. Rama suffered separation from Sita, and that suffering is because of his own actions. Saparadharana. Now Rama feels he is guilty. Namandro pattom innuma pole, as though Rama says to Vibhishana that he is the cause for his own grief. Inshallale, ivani uruhappanni aralichidar. Inshallale. That is what we call vachasa santvaitva. Consoling him with soothing words. Inshallale, ivani uruhappanni. Vibhishana almost melted in the affection of Rama. Ivani uruhappanni. So aralichidar. Uruha is actually melting. The metal melting in fire. Like the wax melting in fire, very easily in fire. So he became a wax-like object that he felt melting by the affection of Rama. Aralichidar. Aralichaygarabodhu, when he was blessing him, what was the nature of his blessing? Lochanabhyam piban iva. A thirsty person, a very thirsty person will run after water. So when he gets water, he will consume very high quantity of water without even minding his own health. Because he was so thirsty that he will be mad after water. So Perividai Pattavan, Perividai, Vidai meaning thirst. Trishna we say in Sanskrit, Trishna. And then Perividai meaning highly thirsty. So a person who is suffering from high thirst, then Tannire Kandal, if he sees water, he may not even judge it as good water or bad water. Then Orukalam Vidamattadar Pole. So he will never give up the chance of drinking the water. So Anubhaviya, in the same way, Rama also did not want to give up Vibhishana in Advan in future. So he was as though drinking him, as though Vibhishana Advan was the nectar to drink by the eyes. We say Alvar's statement is Vizhunguvan. Ennai Mutrapparihinan, Alvar said. Alvar said, Bhagavan Ennai Mutrapparihinan. Ennai Mutrapparihinan. So he completely swallowed me. He drank me. அனுபவியான் என்று கொண்டு
இல்ல கண்ணால் குடித்தான்.
அதான் முற்றப்பருகினான். அதான் கண்ணால் முற்றப்பருகினான். கண்ணால் தான், பை ஐஸ். So அனுபவியான் என்று கொண்டு meaning having experienced. This is a way in Sanskrit, the Tamil looks like negative. In my earlier studies, at the young age, I was not understanding properly this type of Tamil style. So Anubhaviyan Indrugundu means Anubhavittukundu. So after experiencing Anavadhika Daya Sauharda Anuraga Garbhangalana Tirukkangalale. What was the nature of Lord's eyes? Tiruppanazhvar says, Periyavaya Kangal Ennai Pedamai Seidanave. Neendu Sevvariyodi Periyavaya Kangal Ennai Pedamai Seidanave. So Anavadhika, unlimited, Daya, mercy, pity, sympathy, Sauharda, friendship, good-heartedness, Anuraga, love, Garbhangalana, filled up. So the divine eyes, Tirukkangal, the divine eyes of Sri Vaikunthanatha, now in the incarnation of Rama, Tirukkangalale. How are the eyes? Anavadhika, Daya, Sauharda, Anuraga, Garbhangal. It was filled up with it was laden with the pair of eyes was laden with love, friendship, good-heartedness, pity, grace, unlimitedly. Friendship also unlimited, love also unlimited, the compassion also was unlimited. All the three were unlimited. We already saw that eyes can give a lot of expressions of 11 sentiments as in Sanskrit place. So you have here the display of the eye vision over Vibhishana one was so friendly, graceful, lovable, and so on. Whose eyes? Sri Vaikunthanathan. Here it is Parithu Tan Ennai Muttaparihinan Ityadigal Padiye. Thiruvaimozhi 9:6-10. So Akyahi Mama Tattvena Rakshasanam Balabalam, we already saw Yuddhakanda, 19th canto, 7th verse. Migunda Daham Kondavan is Peruvidai Undavan, Peruvidai Kondavan, Migunda Daham, extreme thirst. Anavadhika Daya Sauhardhanuraga Garbha, Alavatra Irakam Sneham Anbu Ivai Nirinda. Thirukkangalale, வாரிக்கொண்டு உன்னை விழுங்குவன் காணில் என்று ஆர்வற்றவென்னை ஒழிய எண்ணில் முன்னம் வாரித்து தான் என்னை முற்றப்பருகினான் காருக்கும் காட்கரையப்பன் கடியனே.
உன்னை நானில் உன்னை காணப்பெறில் வாரிக்கொண்டு விழுங்குவன் என்று கபலீ கரிப்போரின் பேரென்ற ஆர்வு உற்ற ஆசை கொண்ட என்னை ஒழிய என் அளவன்றியே என்னில் முன்னம் பாரித்து இப்படி செய்ய வேணும் என்று எனக்கு முன்னமே மனோரத்தித்து தான் என்னை முற்ற பொருகினான் என்னை நிச்சேஷமாக கபலீகரித்தவனான கார் ஒக்கும் காட்கரை அப்பன் காளமேகம் போன்ற திருக்காட்கரை அப்பன் கடியன் கடியன் ஸ்வகாரயத்தில் பதற்ற முன்னவன்.
I thought, if ever I see him, I will gobble him. But before I could, he deceived me and hastily drank my all. My dark lord of Tirukatkarai is smart.
Here, Tirukatkarai is again Kerala Divya Kshetram. And Lord preceded him, rather advanced, he was advanced, while the devotee wanted to drink the beauty of the Lord, he drank the devotee. As we see, only by eyes, of course. But it is not mentioned here, I think, in the Pashram. Tan Muktanai Patharunuma Pole Kulira Partharuli. So Tirukkangalale Perumal Tan Muktani Partharunuma Pole. Sri Vaikunthanathan. Sri Vaikunthanathan is Paravasudevan, will always bless the released soul. And therefore, in the same strain, in the same spirit, Rama looked at Vibhishana. Kulira Partharuli. He had a cool look at Vibhishana. Alangatti Vittarindar Pole. Alangatti is what we call hailstone rain. Hailstone. The ice ice cubes fall down in the form of rain. The rainwater will solidify and fall down. It makes a lot of noise. Very interesting to see. You can pick up the ice, what we call stones, ice stones, pebbles, ice pebbles, and even take it, eat it. So Alangatti Vittarindar Pole, hailstone, that's what I said. So Alangatti Vittarindar Pole, it was so cool as the ice, 0 degree centigrade. So Avanai Shiti Bhuto Niramayaha ennum padi pannikkondu. In case of a person falling sick, generally we say fever. So we say in Tamil Janni. When the word Janni is used only when the fever goes down in the degree in temperature below the normal human temperature, 98.4. If it becomes 97 or 96, it's called Janni as in Tamil. So that means Shiti Bhutaha. A person becomes cool. A person becomes as cool as ice. Generally, a dead body will have icy nature because the hot blood solidifies, becomes solid, and therefore the dead body soon becomes very cool. So we are also foreseeing the danger of legs and hands becoming icy in nature. So we have to be very careful. So Shiti Bhutaha, he became very cool. Who? Vibhishana, Niramayaha, but without any disease. So it was a low temperature than normal, lower than normal. It is like low BP, low blood pressure affecting the body, but he was not affected. Amayaha, disease, Niramayaha, no disease. Vibhishana was not allowed to become sick, but he became cool, in the sense happy. When we say cool person, meaning happy. So, ennumbadi pannikondu vaarthai aralichidar. The word Santayitva has got the meanings in such a way that Vibhishana became cool. Vibhishana was convinced. Vibhishana became satisfied. Vibhishana was contented on hearing the words of. So he was reassured. Vibhishana was reassured by the words of Rama. So இதற்கு மேலுள்ளதெல்லாம் ஸ்ரீ விவேகானந்தன் மனோரதித்த கைங்கரியத்திற்கு உறுப்பான பாரிப்பாக கண்டுகொள்வது. In future we are going to see many incidents, but this is what was expected by Vibhishana. So Vibhishana aspired for the service to the Lord. So all those services are allowed for Vibhishana to do it for Rama. So கைங்கரியத்திற்கு உறுப்பான பாரிப்பாக கண்டுகொள்வது. Let us take them as what we call the excellence, paripaha, the excellence of the limbs of the service, the parts of the service, which were expected by Vibhishana. So, Rakante, Ruddha Lankachyuta Panikadano, Dhumradrug Vajradamstro, Bhangtva Akampam Prahastam Dashamukha Makutam Kumbhakarnatikayo Brahmastra Chinna Kumbha Adikam Atha Makarakshancha Hatva Indra Shatrum Jitva Gasraihi Tisrabihi Tam Gasraihi Tribihi Tam Sahabalam Avadhit Ravanam Ramabhadra. This verse must have been from some other work like Bhoja Champu. So here we don't have the source here. I think we can even find out through net if you type these Sanskrit letters, Sanskrit words. Rakante. So Rakante meaning on the end of a Paurnami day. Raka meaning, Raka is moon. So Rakante meaning at the end of Paurnami day. The Paurnami was the Tithi for Ravana. So Ruddha Lankaha. So he seized Lanka. Rama seized Lanka, made a seizure of Lanka. That means occupied Sri Lanka, conquered Sri Lanka. Ruddha Lanka, he prevented. He made a siege, we say. Siege. S-I-E-C-G. So Ruddha Lankaha. So he surrounded, Rama's army surrounded Sri Lanka. Chuta Phani Kadanaha. So Phani, snakes. I think I must get the real meaning, but I'm just giving you a literal meaning. So he stopped the snakes from making noise. What do you call the eight quarters snakes? Chuta Phani Kadanaha. Then Dhumra Drik Vajra Dantrav. I think it refers to these are all two adjectives for Prahastam. Prahastam. Prahasta was a minister for Ravana. Prahasta was Chuta Phani Kadanaha. He was hissing like a snake, and the hissing noise was stopped. Then Dhumradrik. So he had vision like smoke, smoky vision. Dhumradrik. Vajra Damshrav. His teeth were like thunderbolt. Indrayuda, the weapon of Lord Indra. So Dhumradrik, his vision was very cruel, rather with smoky vision. That means hiding himself, hiding his figure. So Vajra Damshrav, he had very strong teeth like thunderbolt. Then Bhangtva, Rama broke him into pieces. Bhangtva. Akampam, but he was not shaken at all. He had no shock. Akampam. Akampam is another name of the demon. So Akampanaha. So he killed Akampa, broke Akampa. Prahastam also. He extirpated Prahastam. Then Dasha Mukha Makutam. First he removed the crown on the 10 heads of Ravana. Dasha Mukha Makutam. Dasha 10, Mukha face. That means on the 10 heads of Ravana. Makutam Bhangtva. He broke the crown. Kumbhakarna, the younger brother of Kumbhakarna, Ravana. Atikayo. Atikayaha was another name of a demon. You can also add this as an adjective for Kumbhakarna. Of course, these are what you call Dvivachana, dual word. So Kumbhakarnascha, Atikayascha, Kumbhakarna Atikayo. Then Brahmastra Chinna Kumbhadikam. So the Kumbha meaning the temple of the elephants, which were rode by the soldiers of Ravana's army, Ravana's demons. So Brahmastra Chinna, by sending the Brahma's missile, Lord Creator's missile, over the temples of elephants, Kumbhadikam. So Kumbha also meaning Kumbhakarna also, because we already said. So Kumbhadikam, Kumbha is a temple of an elephant. So all the elephants were killed. Makaraksha, Atha them, Makaraksham cha. So Makaraksha is another name of demon. A fish-eyed demon. Makaraksham, a crocodile-eyed demon. Not fish-eyed. So crocodile-eyed demon. Or whale-eyed demon. Or shark-eyed demon. Then Hatva, after killing Indra Shatrum, that is Indrajit, son of Ravana. So Indrajitum Jitva Ghasraihi Tribihi Tam. Tam, namely Indrajit, or Tam we can also add to Ravana. Tam Ravanam, that Ravana. I must find out the meaning of Gastraihi. Sorry, I forgot the meaning. So by three, I think three, what you call trident must be. A trident has been used. So Tam Sahabalam along with the army, namely we say Moola Balam, core army, Ramabhadraha, good Rama, Ravanam Avadhit, kill Ravana. So all these killings were aiming at satisfying Vibhishanarvan's mind in doing service to Rama. How? Because all these people insulted Vibhishanarvan. All these demons found fault with Rama. They always scolded Rama or what do you say, threw tantrums on Rama. And therefore, so all these demons were guilty of committing offenses against Rama. And therefore, Vibhishana's service is to kill the demons for the sake of the protector's feet. So here, can Bharata, Bharasa, we don't know what is that, Bharasa. Bharata, I think the Parva is Shanti Parva, right? Mahabharatam Shanti Parva. Shiti Bhutaha Niramaya. A cool body generally may have disease, but this is what we call contradiction. This is called Virodha Alankara. Virodha Alankara. Contradiction. I think we have some, such, we say half the glass is full, we say. Half the glass is full with water. So it is opposite, something like opposite. And we have some, I think we have some very, very beautiful expressions in English. Shiti Bhutaha Niramaya. Ulirndu Sukhamulavanaha Agara. Another way of treatment for Janni, as I said in Tamil, is to place ice cubes on the forehead of the sick person. Ice cubes are put on the forehead of sick person, and it is minus into minus will become plus. The ice cubes making the sick person cool will get rid of his disease, namely low temperature. I shall read the Sanskrit, Tamil meaning. So, Purnimayil Rakante, I told you on the day of Paurnami, Purnimayin Mudivil Lankai Tahindu, Nagabasathilirundu Vidubattu. So that means Panikadanaha. Panikadanaha. Because the Nagastra was sent by Indrajit and all were bound by the snake missiles. And Garuda had to come and rescue all of them. Even Rama, Lakshmana and others. So Nagabasathilirundu Vidubattu, Dhumrakshan. So I told you smoky eyes. So he's a demon, Dhumraksha. Vajradamshan. He was a person with teeth like thunderbolt. Akampan, Prahastan, Mudaliyorlai Mudithu, having killed them. Ravananude Kiritangali Talli. All the 10 crowns on the heads of Ravana were trampled. Then Kumbhakarnan Atikayan Mudaliyorlai Brahmastra Mudaliya Banangala Nasham Shed. Killing Kumbhakarna and Atikaya with the missile of the creator. Peragu Makarakshan, Indrajit Mudalyorlai Kondru. Moonru Natkal Gasraihi. Gasraihi meaning Moonru Natkal, Dinaihi. Ravananiyum avanuடைய சைன்யங்களோடு ராமன் கொன்றார். 3 நாட்களில். It took 3 days for them. for killing Ravana. Sorry for that. So Gasraihi is, why not Dinaihi or Ahobihi? The Vrittam, the rhyme meter will not be proper unless we use the word Gasrai. Otherwise, you can use other words, synonyms. Listen to.
ராமானுஜதயாபாத்ரம் ஞானவைராக்கியபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேரியம் கவிதார்க்கிகவிமாய கல்யாணகுணஜாதிஜே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமः. வாதித்விபஜிரோபங்க பஞ்சானன பராக்ரம ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கடநாதார்ய சிரம் விஜயதாய திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாருண்டு பழமொழியுள் ஒரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வாழ்வானே மழவும் வாழ்வு.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞான வைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம் கவிதார்க்கிகசிம்ஹாய கல்யாணகுணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேஷாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.